What is up, heroes of Dominion? My name is Charlie. This is Hero War Central. Happy Friday, everybody. Happy Halloween. I thought about dressing up for today's live stream, but with Spooky Festival going live last night and everything else that's going on, decided against dressing up. Decided against dressing up today. The Orchard Farm Eagles won their first round. High school Eagles won their first rounds of playoffs yesterday by like 49 points. And I'm not even exaggerating. We won by like 49 points. I imagine that next week will be roughly the same. Our 7th grade junior Eagles, Ashton's team, plays for the championship game on Sunday in their tournament. And they're playing a team that we have not played before. So we are hopeful. But it's going to be fun football weather no matter what, right? A little chilly, a little brisk. It's fall outside. We carved pumpkins yesterday. We made some apple pie, mini apple pies, which I showed on stream just a little bit ago. And we got some stuff to talk about today. So let's get into it really quickly. The emerald word of the day is !Electra. So you got to say that in chat. You got to say that in chat in order to enter into the emerald word of the day. Yeah. How many points? So I think that if you're winning by 72, they call the game. And the reason why I know that, Radis, is 2 weeks ago, we beat a team by 72 points. It was 72-0, and they called the game in the third quarter. So I think if you're winning by 72, I think they call the game. And I'm not exaggerating that either. Mazrax, hilarious. Hugh Jorgen, hilarious. You guys are so funny. Hilarious. 95 degrees in Southern California. I like San Diego a lot. I think San Diego's great. There's a really fun, strip mall that's got like a pokey and a poke bowl, and then there's like a Anytime Fitness there, and used to hang out all the time. What sport is this? American football. Darth Pananis, American football. Yeah, we are very good this year. We are very good this year. Very good this year. So the majority of this live stream is going to be dominated by Facebook and web stuff, but I do want to talk a little bit about mobile stuff. First and foremost, we have the Boo Spookies Day of the Year is here, social media post. All right. Some are handing out candy, others are rocking silly costumes, and a few are up to some tricks. Let's test your detective skills. Who among our heroes could have done this? Could have done what? Guess which heroes pulled these tricks and get a chance to win a treat. Thrown Chaba into a time anomaly so he had to eat candy for 10 hours straight. Okay. Turned a friend who scared them from behind into an animal. Who did that? Who did that? Sent their family to sneakily steal sweets from someone's basket. Sent their familiar, their familiar. Okay. Served everyone a special tea that made everyone glow with different colors, and then got too lazy to make a costume and just copied another Guardian. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. So there's going to be a ton of answers in the comments here, and I would say just parrot what they say. I think that there are some of these that can be interpreted, but I'm pretty sure Raja here has got them all correct. Tempest threw Chaba into the time anomaly. Somna turned an enemy hero into a sheep. Iris has Bitey, that is a familiar that she sent to sneakily steal sweets from someone's basket. That could be Dorian. That could be Morgan. That could be Astrid with Lucas, right? I think it's Iris, though. Specialty is definitely Martha. And got too lazy to make a costume and just copied another Guardian is definitely Faceless. So this treat is 15,000 Titan Skin Stones that you get for basically doing nothing. Okay, so go to this social media post with our girl Yasmin and fill it out. Make the post. Make the post. It takes almost no effort. They're going to draw 10 winners on the 3rd go do it. Just don't forget. Okay, it takes no effort to do. It's not like it's going to cost you any money or time, maybe a few seconds. If you don't have Facebook, you're out of luck. Sorry. If you don't have Facebook, you're out of luck. We have Unstoppable Stream active right now. That's the Titus Brawl. Titus Brawl seems pretty fun. It is a pretty straightforward event, though. What I like to do is I like to do 5 Earth on defense because the majority of the teams are going to be attacking on offense. You're not going to get 100% defense successful, but you are going to get a few successes, right? And that's really all you need is just a few successes per day. Right, set your defense. I'm using 5 water. You only lose the currency when you win, and you need to spend 30 currency per day. So only do the activity if you have 30 currency. Tape City, welcome back. Welcome back. We also have the Tournament of Titan Power. Go ahead and level up that Titus, excuse me. Level up that Titus. And holiday every day. Continue to crack open that advent calendar for the free goodies every single day. Yeah. Yep. Is anybody doing anything fun? Anybody doing anything fun for Halloween this year? Got a kid-free evening. All of the bars in the neighborhood. Well, actually, that's not true. There's one bar in the neighborhood that has one Halloween party, and they chose to have their Halloween party separate from everybody else. So their Halloween party is tomorrow night. There is no Halloween party at all in the neighborhood. There is, however, if you guys are unfamiliar with where I live, Google, if you have some time, Google Newtown, St. Charles. Newtown, St. Charles is a planned walkable community. It's a really fun place to live. I don't know that I would be able to live anywhere else. There is a large amount of people that come in every year to trick or treat. Just the density of households, the amount of people that just go all out. They just go all out on decorating, like really, really crazy decorations. Like full house and backyard walkthroughs. It's pretty incredible how all out that our neighborhood goes. It's going to be crazy tonight. We have a 13-year-old. As of Monday, he turned 13, and he's too cool. He's too cool to go trick or treating with us. And the 15-year-old has been too cool to go trick or treating with us for a while. So I'm not surprised that they decided not to go trick or treating with us tonight. It's actually going to be kind of relaxing. We'll probably watch. I don't know what we'll watch. Maybe we'll watch the Murdoch Murders, or I don't know, Chad Powers or something. But we're not going to go to any more costume parties. Good luck in the teen years. Yeah, we're not going to go to any costume parties this year. I'm sorry, we've already gone to all of the costume parties that we're going to go to, I should say. So we're not going to go to any more. Yeah. Watch Donnie Darko. Donnie Darko is great. And Donnie Darko, by the way, is how I discovered Maggie Gyllenhaal. I liked Maggie Gyllenhaal for a long time. I liked her a lot. This is through here somewhere, isn't it? It's right here, isn't it? No. There it is. Got a hand. Ugh. Bring back adult trick-or-treating. So, Mr. Big Sexy, that actually does happen in our neighborhood. A bunch of the houses have Jello shots, like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of Jello shots, and little airplane bottles of liquor that they give out. I'm not going to tell you which ones because I think it's actually illegal to do that. I don't know why I would tell anybody anything about that anyway, but yeah, they do have some adult trick or treating. Yeah, so I say it's got to be around there somewhere. This has got to be. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Got the foot. Got the demons. Got the knee. Look at that thigh. Fireball. Dun, 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 dun. There we go. There we go. And there we go. I keep poking my screen to point out where HP's got. Sorry, Mazrax. I don't know how you go from Katie to Maggie. Yeah, I can't remember why they did that. Did Katie want more money, or was she like tied up with Tom Cruise? Like, I can't remember what. Oh, I like this one. I like Ginger Witch. Yeah, I can't remember why she did all that. Am I in the wrong spot here? It's right here, isn't it? Oh, yeah, okay. I just wasn't there. Got some steps. Got a little book here. There we go. This is part of the bucket. I'll come back to that. Here's a candle. Here's a cat's face. There we go. There's our girl Ginger. There's a little midriff. Okay. Sex does sell. Here's a leg. Not sure where that is. Here is some pages to the book. I think I've seen this art before. Was this reused? Yeah, they reuse this art every year. There's a little thigh action. That's there. We have a cat's tail. Boom. Oh, that's her hair. Ah, okay. There's a tree branch that goes there. Here's a stair. Yep, there we go. There's a knife. There's a leg. There we go. We have a hand. Provocatively placed on that pumpkin. That's a booty. Here's the hat. We have the hats. This is the post right there. We have some stairs. There we go. Dark in the corner. I think it's down here. Yep. We have some. Yep, there we go. Little curly. There you are. Back leg. Tail? Tail, yeah. Hand. Top of the pumpkin. There we go. Got some sky with the witch. Here is the top of the tail. This is dark, so it's got to be down here. Probably there or there. Yep, there we go. This is up in the mountain right there. Here's the top of the jack-o'-lantern. Come back to that piece. Here's part of the book. No, that's a cat's face. I'm not sure what that piece is. Here is the tree and the mountain. There's that. Little cat right there. We have the post. Where's that post? Here's the post. Looking for the hats. There's the hats. There's part of the tree. Oh, there we go. Easy. Okay. There's the goods right there. Heyo. Almost done, guys. Almost done. Yep. Yep. Got the post. So that's back of the cat's head. There we go. So that's cat's feet. Cat's booty, top of the post, and then the elbow. Okay. Just needed to grab that screenshot. Okay, so first and foremost, let's talk about this. Let's talk about this post here. I put up a video discussing some main points of view from this calendar, some main things that might be happening here with this calendar. But the one thing that I really want to point out is that the unconventional hero statement. Okay, so it says, in the second half of the month, the spooky theme continues with a new unconventional hero arriving in a special one-week adventure. So to me, this is only one, there's only one choice for this hero. And I think a close second could be either Tempest. Tempest is definitely a scary, spooky style hero with the flaming skull. You have Octavia, who is also kind of a dead, kind of a spooky kind of hero. Enables dodge heroes. I think it could be Octavia, because Octavia enables dodge heroes in a way that Hero Wars Alliance didn't have access to before. But I think we are pretty well... I think we're pretty certain that it's going to be Electra Von Grave. Now, the reason why I think it's Electra Von Grave, again, continuing with the spooky theme, right? It says, continuing the spooky theme continues. She's Frankenstein's monster, or the Bride of Frankenstein, whatever you want to call it. She's stitched together. She's undead. She's, whatever, right? But the reason why she's unconventional, which is the rest of it, with a new unconventional hero, is because of the nature of her tanking ability. She is a tank. She is a tank, right? And she has 0 defense, no armor, no magic defense, no dodge. Everything she has is tied up into her health. Okay. There's some damage shields with some control effects. Absorbs all incoming damage for 6 seconds, right? You have Field of Lightning. Strikes nearby enemies with lightning, reduces their magic defenses. Reducing magic defenses is good. I doubt this ability makes it to Facebook and web. I doubt it. Oath of Protection. For 10 seconds, applies an effect to all allies she started the battle with. So not Morrigan's summons, not Mushi and Shroom summons. With whose current health is lower than hers, while the effect is active, absorbs part of the damage that they take. So forces some of the damage that the allies take onto her. And then finally, Immortal Shell. She converts all armor, magic defense, and dodge into health. She cannot gain armor, magic defense, or dodge during combat. Okay. Converts armor, magic defense, and dodge into health. The more points converted, the higher her maximum health. So just a crazy, insane high amount of health and no defenses. Can you think of a more unconventional way to be a tank than having 0 defenses? Now, I also think that the unconventional labeling is also in reference to her ridiculous subtext. Her ridiculous subtext. That's not the one. I think it's this one right here. Yeah. Like, she enjoys getting hit. She enjoys getting hit. Also unconventional. Yeah. There's a lot of things that this hero implies about what she's like. But I think between the spooky theme that the text says and then combine that with unconventional, yeah, D-Worm, I'm glad I hit it right there. I was going to keep going until I got it right. The unconventional makes me think that it's gotta be Electra Von Grave. It's gotta be Electra. She is an undead or Way of Eternity hero on Hero Wars Alliance. A tank, frontline, strength-based hero, and she has 0 defenses. As a tank, she has 0 defenses. 0 defenses. Now, she did just get a relic that improved some of her effectiveness, which, makes her immune to control effects when her health is below a certain percentage, so she can't be stunned or silenced or dazed. Stunned, silenced, charmed. I mean, none of that. Attack speed boost based on missed health. Reflecting damage that she takes back to the enemies. All right. 50% more magic damage to enemies. Again, I'm not sure if it's going to be tied into the magic stuff. We haven't had a tank in a little while. All right. Whenever you go and you look at the heroes that we have, like you go into combat training, you do max. So the most recent heroes that we've got has been Goose, Cascade, Lyria, Augustus, Ninja Turtles, Lara Croft. They were about a year old. Let's see who else. The last tank that we got was Julius, right? I'm pretty sure the last tank that we got was Julius. We did get Folio also. I know Folio's in here. We haven't had a tank in a little while. Somna. It could be Somna, I guess. I don't know. I don't think it's Somna. With no defenses, she'll be vulnerable to abilities like Kira's attacks doing extra damage. Yeah, very true, Mazrax. Very true. Last tank was Julius. Yeah, I think we're due for a tank. We've had some physical attackers. We've had some healers. We've had some mage attackers and supports. We've had 3 mage attacker and supports. Augustus, Cascade, and Folio. I think it's Electra. I'm fairly confident that it's Electra, right? You can screenshot this right here if you want to see, again, this is the Hero Wars Alliance, the mobile version of her skill set. I doubt this makes it over. And I know for sure that they will be changing some things because her talisman doesn't exist on Facebook and web. Her artifact weapon and her artifact book also do not exist on Hero Wars Facebook and web. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Electra. Now, with that being said, the Tournament of Titan Power on the 17th looks pretty familiar to the Tournament of Titan Power in October on the 17th. And what happened on the 17th of October? Well, the Verdok pre-order went live. Verdok pre-order went live the day that the Tournament of Titan Power went live. So if you wanted to participate in the Tournament of Titan Power and you were a spender, you were a whale, you had to buy a Verdok and you had to level up Verdok. Or you had to have had other Titans still left to level up. The fact that the Tournament of Titan Power is on the same day could just be ease of scheduling. It could mean that Asherona, the new Fire Titan, pre-order could start on the 17th. Would they have, in the second half of November, would they have 1, a new hero, and 2, a new Titan in the same month? Would they do that? I think it would be the first time that's happened. Anything to that scale. I think it's the first time. Yep, John Belushi, we think Electra is the new hero. Yes, we believe it. We believe it to be Electra. I don't know if Asherona is coming this month. And the fact that the hero is mentioned here, let me hide the chat. The fact that the hero is mentioned here and not the Titan makes me think that Asherona is not coming. Okay. If you go back and you look at the October, if you go back and look at the October calendar, it says in the October calendar, a truly Titanic adventure. It actually teases the new Titan in the October calendar. It does. It teases the new Titan. So I'm thinking that Asherona is probably going to be December. I'm thinking it's going to be December. It's possible that they make it November. It's definitely possible that they make it November. Definitely possible. But unlikely. Unlikely. Gotta get the fourth quarter numbers up. Yeah, very true. They do that in my guild. Players spend less on the season tickets and more on the new heroes and Titan events. Yep, very true. Titan events, new hero, new Titan events, they pull in a lot of cash. For sure. For sure. Speaking of spending, but I want to discuss the Spooky Festival shop. Spooky Festival shop, Best Buys. Thanks to Calorie Fair for putting together the spreadsheet, okay? Discussing the raw, most efficient things to buy for emeralds. You can find that on the blog, HeroWarsCentral.com. Best Buys for the Spooky Festival shop. Each coin is worth roughly 5,000 emeralds. No, Jay. No, it will not. We're discussing that. John Marshall, ask me again in a second. Phil, yes, 100% confirmed Jet Brawl. It's in the notes. It says on the page, Jet Brawl. Jet will be Hero of the Month in November with a dedicated brawl. Yep, 100%. I should have mentioned that. That's we'll circle back around to that actually, because that's kind of a big deal too. Anyway, each one of these coins, Spooky Festival coins, is worth roughly 5,000 emeralds. Okay, 5,000 emeralds. Now, I have on the blog, HeroWarsCentral.com, linked in the description, I got that raw emerald value discussion. It's not always the best thing for everybody. Okay, it's not always the best for everybody. In my opinion, the thing that you should get are the limited time only skins. Okay, the limited time only skins, because we know that Cornelius was available during Spooky Festival. Cornelius skin was available during Spooky Festival 2024, and in, I believe, February during a special sale in February. Okay, Cornelius is potentially useful versus Osh and Maestro. The armor penetration that Cornelius' skin gives Cornelius, some say it does benefit Osh. Some say it does not benefit Osh and Maestro in the same conversation. Either way, if you're doing Cornelius, you're leaning into a very luck favored. I say this in quotes because we're not talking about luck, wink. You have to be leaning into that aspect in order to score high with that team. Otherwise, you're better off just playing with Lara or Zhu, that team, right? But we know that the Cornelius skin was not available for basic skin stones year-round. We know that. And here it is in the shop again today. If this skin becomes available for regular skin stones when Spooky Festival ends, then we will have learned something new. Me personally, I don't want to take that chance. And the same thing can be said for the Folio, Fafnir, and Augustus skins. Limited time only skins. If you ever plan to level or build those heroes, Augustus, Fafnir, Folio, or Cornelius, probably worth grabbing their skins. Okay, it might be 4 or 5 months. It might be a year before we have access to these skins again. Probably top priority. Probably top priority. If you're a free-to-play or a budget player, don't do it. You don't need it. You will never be at that high level, no matter how efficient you play, no matter how long you play. You will never be at the point where having these skins matters today. Okay? I wouldn't worry about that. What I would do if I were a free-to-play or a budget player, first of all, The highest value item in the shop is the absolute artifact chest. Red artifact items. You're going to need a lot of those. You're going to need a lot of large skinstone chests. Okay. You're going to need a lot of chaos particles. Okay. A lot of those. You're going to need a lot of items. Okay. Free-to-play players should buy hero items. The Song of the Valkyries, the Key to All Doors, and the Evil Genius Cuirass are the most efficient items to buy. But if you're a free-to-play player and you don't have raid, if you can't raid in the campaign, buying any item is insanely efficient because it will save you literal weeks, if not months, of farming energy. All right. My favorite thing to buy from this shop is the Unity of Extremes. That and Light of Distant Stars, neither one are the most efficient. They're very close second or third, but they take forever to me to build. I like buying those, especially as a free-to-play player. Just buy items that you need. Do not buy pet gems because they are not charged. You still have to spend chaos particles to charge them. Do not buy the pet gems. Do not buy the pet gems. Do not buy the pet gems. Okay. Chaos particles are pretty good. Ascension materials are random. They're good, but it's random, right? The Hero Soulstone chest, very, very, very low value as far as emeralds. However, if you are a newer player and you're still trying to get a couple of heroes summoned, not everybody is in here. Like, for example, Augustus isn't in here. Cascade, Lyria, Folio, Goose. A lot of those new heroes aren't in here. But a lot of players still need Amira. A lot of players still need Morrigan. A lot of players still need Nebula. A lot of players still need, whatever. Orion, Heidi, right? Astaroth. Not a terrible purchase. Really low efficiency. But for a new player, really, really good buy. Really, really good buy. Because having the hero is obviously superior to not having the hero, right? I feel like Chaos Particles are super low value since they don't introduce new pets. Yeah, Brian Lewis, but for newer players or players that are still budget and still trying to level up their pets, it's still a decent value. It's still a decent value. Chaos Particles are worth 5,250 emeralds. The red artifact chests are worth 5,405 emeralds. Those orange items that I mentioned to you earlier are worth 5,800. The Book of Fates is the highest value item in the shop. The Book of Fate at 6,600 emeralds per coin. Crazy, crazy value there. But, again, it's in the same conversation of Unity Extremes and the Light of Distant Stars, right? Pretty good, but they're slightly more efficient, right? Yeah. Let's talk about this jet announcement, though. There's only been two ways in the history of Hero Wars. There's only been two ways to get jet soulstones. Only two. Only two. There was a event. Did I close my game? There we go. There was an event where you could get his dolls. And it wasn't a doll like we usually see. It was a pick 5 soulstones of your choice from these 3 heroes. And it was either a lunar event, which was in January, or a romantic event, which was in February. So it was one of those two, and you had an opportunity to really stack jet soulstones right there. Okay, that was one way, and it's never happened again. It happened for 3 days, either in January or February, forever ago, and it has never happened again. The other way, and the more common way to get jet soulstones, is from the merchant, from the soul shop. Okay, you get access to the soul shop whenever your first hero gets to 6 stars. Once you get a hero to 6 stars, all of their future soul stones are converted into soul coins, which you then can use in the shop. Right, very good place to buy items. XP potions, arguable, but jet soulstones, this is the only place that you can buy jet soulstones consistently. And of course, you can refresh this as much time as you want. The emerald value goes up every time you do it. Yeah, and now this is probably actually the second time that this has happened. but very rarely. Okay, the grand prize in the Soul Atrium. You're right. I should mention that. He is. You can get him. You can get his soul stones as a grand prize in here as well. You can get his soul stones right here as well. I should say, yeah. I mean, definitely, you definitely can. Yep. Him being hero of the month is a good way to earn about 80 soul stones. You know.